abolition blocks. You have put up, improved some roads. Right now there's a major road project that's ongoing in the place, which is going to employ people. We have also put up tuition blocks in a number of schools in the area. But the most important thing is that the Islam upgrading program will create facilities for self-employment, like workshops. People are going to be able to make their things within the slums.
I'm not sure many people would be satisfied by what has already been done in Kibera, and I would like now to take this further to the audience, and we get questions from the audience. Let's start with the lady in the corner.
Mheshimiwa Raila, I'm more concerned that if you are elected as president, will we experience a greater patch on the public service, and how will you integrate the regional integration versus the internal regional integration in our country?
First, as probably you will have heard me say all the times, I've said that we want a new constitutional dispensation that will devolve power from the center to the grassroots generally. Because I think over-concentration of power and resources in Nairobi is what is responsible for disparity in allocation of resources. In other words, there's not a clear formula or dividing resources that we have in the country to the various regions of the country.
Can you just unpack it for us, what exactly you mean by decentralization? Are you talking about the kind of proposals that have been given in the Bomas draft constitution?
Exactly. This is what I'm talking about. The Bomas draft constitution, which are provided for regional governments to supervise the local governments, that this itself will ensure that resources are allocated in a much more equitable manner to the various regions, and will therefore provide a lot of activities and employment in those areas.
There are ongoing reforms right now on the public service. If you're considering competing interests in your government next year, how will you reconcile that with the people who are already deeply entrenched in the establishment?
First, I want to say that the positive reforms that are being carried out by this government will be continued by the government that is coming. I want you to know that I was very much part and parcel of developing the policies, some positive policies which are being implemented by this government. Now, there are people who have been retrenched, but retrenched in a manner that is not humane. In other words, there's nothing really wrong with the retrenchment. It has happened in a number of countries. But you must first retrain people who have been retrenched so that they actually have something else to do once they leave public service. They become much more productive in other ways. At the moment, the so-called golden handshake only perpetuates poverty and unemployment in our country.
Okay, Honorable Odinga, on public service. Now we move to another issue which is quite contentious in this country, and let's go to Kimilili where we have Peter Walubengo.
Swali langu ni kwa mbunge wa Lang'ata ambaye ni aspirant, presidential aspirant, Raila Odinga. Kwa vile Kenya saa hii imegawanyika kwa makabila tofauti tofauti, makabila yote ambayo yako Kenya yamegawanyika, na kila kabila iko na chama chao ambacho wanasema wanajivunia. Ataweka mikakati gani to make sure nchi ya Kenya imepatia mmoja?
Well, a serious question of tribalism.
Yes, and I can answer it before.
Yes.
Wana Walubengo wanaongea juu ya ukabila. Na ukabila ni adui mkubwa ya wananchi wa Kenya. Serikali zilizopita kuanzia enzi ya hayati Kenyatta, ya Nyayo na hata sasa wameeneza ukabila katika nchi yetu. Lakini mimi nasema ukabila sana uenezwa na wasomi ambayo wanazingira uongozi. Hao ndio wakati wanang'ang'ana kwa ile rasilimali ambayo iko hapo, kutumia ukabila kujibagua wenyewe, ati mimi ni kabila hii au kabila hii. Sisi tunataka kumaliza ukabila kwa kutambua kwanza tuna makabila 42 katika nchi yetu, na kila kabila ina haki kama wamefanya katika nchi ya Malaysia. Malaysia ina makabila, kuna wa Malaya, kuna wa China, kuna Wahindi na wale makabila ndogo, lakini wanajua asilimia idadi ya kila kabila. Kwa hivyo ikiwa wasaile wanagawanya mali, kwa mfano kama wanaajiri watu, inajulikana kwa mfano wa Malaya ni 55%. Kwa hivyo kama ni 100 wanaajiri 55 mpaka wawe wa Malaya, alafu 30 watakuwa wa China, 10 watakuwa wa Hindi. Tukifanya namna hiyo, kila kabila Wakikuyu watakuwa na haki yao, hata kabila ndogo kama ile Elmolo vile watakuwa na haki yao. Hatuwezi tu kusema ati sisi tunaangalia ujuzi na uwezo wa mtu peke yake.
But Honorable Odinga, would you take responsibility as a politician? Politicians have been responsible for, have been actually accused of perpetuating tribalism. In the past few weeks, there have been lots of tribal caucuses in the city itself, which politicians like yourselves have been engaging in.
Well, I have not attended any of those caucuses, as you know, because I don't believe in them. But I've said that ethnicity is an elite problem. It is a problem that elite resort to in competition for resources in the country.
Let's just quickly hear, Minor Kerry, you have a question.
Honorable Raila, I want to follow up on the question about ethnicity. These alliances that are coming up, whether they are from the NARC side or from the ODMK or ODM or KANU side, essentially seem to be ethnic. There's no difference between them. And it looks like people are simply trying to align themselves with the number of tribes that, or the numbers you can get on an ethnic basis. There seems to be no ideological difference between all of you. And so you wonder then how what your comment means for ethnicity in this country. Because if you are organizing on the basis of ethnicity, then inevitably what will happen in the future is more and more ethnicity. And this is a problem that cuts across on all sides.
Yeah, Maina, this is a very unfortunate development, as you know. I feel very frustrated. But you can see that it's basically a sign of desperation. There are some people who have no ideological foundation, are basically people who are experimenting. And therefore to them, they just don't care. They reach a level where they're saying, if so-and-so is the candidate in ODM Kenya, then we are going to support that party. That person who is saying that actually is a leader of another political party.
But Honorable Odinga, going by your record, you don't have much trouble rallying the Luo community around yourself.
No, it's a question of rallying the Luo community. I've never gone out in Luo land to campaign for the Luos to support Raila Odinga. The Luos who support me, basically support me because of what I represent, what I stand for. They don't support me because I've gone out to try to buttress their support. I don't believe in ethnic-based politics. That's the reason why I'm a member of the Parliament for Langata, which is
we will continue with that topic shortly. This is Debate 07 live on KTN. We shall be back after this short break.
Keep those moments special with Eno. Eno works in seconds.
It's between you and me. I'm having serious problems. My skin is in such a state. It's feeling so dry and sensitive. And don't even get me started on these cracks.
And do you know why? It's because your skin loses water all the time. Pretend this cloth is your skin. It can lose up to half a liter a day. Vaseline briefly locks in the moisture and stops up to 98% of moisture loss. Your skin stays smooth, soft and protected.
Vaseline, keeping skin amazing.
Ni tukio la ajabu.